Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Way to Go. If you're new here, my name's Helen and this channel is all about my weight loss journey. And I do that through food freedom, which means I don't deny and I don't restrict. It's everything in moderation. Today is a very exciting day. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time and we are gonna bake something that is very new. I have not done it before, but we're gonna try it and hopefully it's gonna turn out great. It's a baked apple oatmeal muffin. I can't wait. I hope it turns out great. So let's go ahead and jump into this video and let's start baking. I have all the ingredients right here behind me and I'm going to turn you around and show you exactly what you need to make this recipe. In case I haven't mentioned it, the oven is going to go on at 350 and it's for 12 muffins, and this is going to take about 30 minutes to 35 minutes to bake depending on your oven, but I would say just keep an eye on it after 25 minutes and they should be golden brown, and the smell should drive me crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and start throwing this stuff together. So to show you some of the utensils that you're going to need a muffin pan, a large bowl, some measuring cups and measuring spoons. I use a cutting board and that's going to be for my apples. You're going to need a large spoon or a rubber spatula, whatever you want to stir this with. I'm going to tell you this is going to be a very dense and thick mixture, so you might need something that's pretty strong, so I'm probably going to be using the large heavy spoon, as well as a cooling rack to cool your muffins on once they're done. Now I'm going to show you the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need some rolled oats, some cinnamon, some applesauce, and that's what I'm using to sweeten it, baking powder, a couple of apples. You can use red apples if you choose. I do have some red apples. I just prefer green. I love Granny Smith apples. A couple of eggs, and something to spray your pan with. Also, if you choose, there's going to be a topping that is very optional, and I have some walnuts and I'm just going to make these a little bit smaller, some brown sugar, and that's going to be for a topping, like I'm not sure what you call it, like a streusel topping, but it's going to be a nice crunchy topping that I'm going to put on some of the muffins. So very simple ingredients, and you're also going to need a cup of milk. Sorry, I forgot to put that in there. It can be whatever milk you like. It doesn't have to be 1%. It could be whole milk, it can be buttermilk, whatever you prefer. You can make this recipe your own. So let's go ahead and set this up and start baking. So I have the pan here and I just need to spray that. I have 3 cups of rolled oats in here, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I have 2 eggs here, which I'm just going to lightly mix with a fork, a half a cup of applesauce. And so I'll add the dry ingredients into the bowl first, and then I will add the wet ingredients, which also include 1 cup of milk. Any milk of your choice. I just have 1% milk, and I'm just using what I have. And then the apples already washed, then I'll chop up the apples into little pieces. I might only need 1 apple, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. I've never done this before. And that will be the final add into the bowl. And then later on I will show you the topping that I'm going to put on the muffins, or on most of the muffins, which is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of chopped walnuts and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. So it's time to start throwing the stuff together after I spray my pan. Okay, I have my pan here and I'm just going to lightly spray the inside of my baking pan. I don't need too much. So back over here, I got my oats and I'm just going to give these eggs a little mix, but that's going to be added last. Just a light little mix. Okay, first I'm going to add my cinnamon. In no particular order, just your dry ingredients. Baking powder. Just gonna mix this around a little bit. Make sure it's all incorporated as evenly as you think. If you use cinnamon applesauce, I would only put half of a teaspoon of cinnamon in here instead. But since I did not have cinnamon applesauce, I put a whole teaspoon of cinnamon in here. I think that's good. Now into the dry ingredients, I'm going to add the 2 lightly beaten eggs, the 1 cup of milk, and the half a cup of applesauce. So applesauce. The milk, and I'll try not to spill this. This is mighty full. Success. And now the eggs. Now I'm just going to give this a stir. Until everything is well incorporated. It's amazing how good it smells already. And I will be cutting up the apples here in a moment. And you don't have to use apples. You can actually use whatever you want. Like if you had some fresh blueberries or some raspberries, you know. The only limit is your imagination. I think we're good, and now I need to get the apples ready to add into this. So far it is quite a wet mixture, but it is very thick. It's very dense. Okay, now for me to do the apples. So it is calling for 1 large apple, and this is not really a large apple, so I do have a smaller one here, just in case I don't think this is enough. These are already washed, and I'm just gonna cube these up. Just enough so there's, you know, little chunks. Leaving the peelings on is gonna just provide that little extra bit of fiber. It's just my waste bowl. I gotta remember not to do these too awful big, just little chunks, I guess. I'm used to making them bigger for when I add them to our salads. But that's the size I have right now. Little tiny chunks. I really hope this works out. I mean, apples and oatmeal and cinnamon. I mean, that is a wonderful combination. Well, the oven's ready, but I'm not quite ready. That's okay, she'll hold. Once I made this once, then I could be much quicker at it, but right now it's a learning situation for both of us, isn't it? So little tiny pieces, just make sure they're all separated. I think I'll add this to my bowl and see if I need any more. Here's my bowl. This would be lovely with a nice cup of tea or coffee. It's a really nice dump and go kind of baking dish. It's just everything in one bowl. I like that. And if you wanted to, you can make the apple pieces even smaller. So I'm divided right now. I'm not sure if I should add more apple or not. I mean, I love apple. It smells really good. It smells almost like an apple crisp, which is of course some of the same ingredients. What do you think? Enough apples in it? I think that might be enough apple. Okay. Once it's done and I take a bite into it, then I'll realize if I should have added extra apples, but I think this is going to be just great. Right now I'm going to prepare the 2 tablespoons of chopped walnut pieces, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can use whatever brown sugar you like. It's just regular light brown sugar. And 1/2 teaspoon of, no sorry, that's 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon. So I'm just going to add all this together. And just give it a little mix. And once the muffins are in the pan, then I'm just going to sprinkle this on some of them. Not all of them, because I want you to see the difference between adding a topping and not adding a topping. I seen this recipe quite a while ago, and honestly I cannot remember where I seen this recipe, but somebody did have it on a channel that I've watched a long time ago, way before I was creating content. It's like many moons ago, but I saved the recipe. I just wrote it down, and this is the first time I'm making it. Better late than never. So I'm just giving this a really good stir, mixing it all up. So it should be a nice little crunchy coating on top of some of the muffins. And that should do it. Now I am going to put the filling into the pan. Okay, I got my pan here. Make sure you guys can see that okay. And I'll probably get a smaller spoon and put this into the pan. Okay. I'm going to try and make them all as even as possible. I hope you guys can see this okay. And then I won't get in the way of it. If there was an easier way to do this, I would like to hear about it. Maybe I will use this. Yeah, I think that works better. They seem very wet, so I'm hoping this is going to turn out okay. Nice chunks of apple in there. Just gonna push it in together, condense it. I'll just get a bunch in there and then I'll try to fix the levels to make them all even with what I have left. I can't wait to try this. I'm gonna finish this up and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm just finishing this up now. This is like a very wet recipe, so I'm hoping that it will cook up okay. I think all the milk and the applesauce and everything, and the juice from the apples, making it very, very soft and a little bit runny. It's going to be a learning experience for both of us, right? So I'm going to now put some of this topping on it, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on. Probably some of them, or not all of them. So there'd be a little crunch to it. Some walnuts, brown sugar. This is completely optional. You don't have to do this. Because of the brown sugar, you may not want to. But we don't restrict in this house. So I'm going to try it. I'll try it with and without. Might be too sweet for my husband. I'm not sure. Might be too sweet for me. But I'm going to try some of them with. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have a little bit more here, so. And you can also put like raisins in these. I think that would be really nice. But we have some family members here that do not care for raisins, so I'm leaving those out. I hope this turns out good. I'm excited about it. The cinnamon smell is just divine. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just leave 3 of them without that topping on it. And now I'm going to throw these in the oven. Now I'm just going to turn the oven on at 350. It's already saying 350. Preset. Start. Make sure nothing is in the oven. Oh, we're good to go. So just going to wait for this to heat up. Oh my goodness. These smell so good. Here it goes. I think I'll put it in the middle rack. I forgot to write that part down. So we are going to try this and I'll show you when it comes out. So excited. So I set the timer for 30 minutes and I'll go from there. I might check it even at 25 minutes. I'm not sure exactly how long to keep it in there, but the recipe when I wrote it down, it said between 30 and 35 minutes at 350. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on it and I'll show you when it's done. Okay, time to check it. Who else is excited? Woohoo! It smells so good. Incredible. For a minute I thought they were burnt, but that's the topping on some of those muffins. So I'm just going to bring it out and take a peek and decide what to do with it. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. I think they're done. I think they're done. Yes. Awesome. I'm going to turn this off before I forget. Oh, there should be such a thing as smell-o-vision. I don't know if you can really see because there's sun coming in there. They smell so good. Nice and firm. So I'm just going to let them cool in the pan here for a few minutes. We can seal these in a cover container for up to a week. And they'll keep. They'll be great with a cup of tea, cup of coffee. You could eat them for breakfast or snack on the go for lunches or whatever. You can do whatever you want with them, or you could just pig out. We're not going to do that though. I can't wait to try this. So I'm going to let them just sit here for a few minutes, and I might make a cup of tea, and then we'll do a taste test. I'm really looking forward to that taste test. I just took a rounded knife because I don't want to scratch up my pan, and I just kind of loosened them just like that. But that's how they're looking. They look mighty fine. This is the one with the coating on top of it. That's the size. So see that apple in there? Ooh, lovely. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. So I'm just gonna get these out and put them on the rack. And then I'm gonna make a cup of tea and we're gonna try one. I just put the water on for tea, and I just want to show you what they look like. Oh, they look so great. They're still a little bit warm. I'm just going to keep them on here just a little bit longer to cool on the rack. And then I'll wrap them up when they're completely cool and store them in the fridge. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my goodness. Woo. I can't wait to try it. They look good. They're ready, and I have a lovely cup of tea to go with it. I just want to show you the comparison between the ones with the crumble on top of it, with the cinnamon, brown sugar, and walnuts, and the one without. You see the nice pieces of apple? That's beautiful. Now to try it. I got my cup of tea. And I got my muffin. Now we're going to do a taste test. This is so exciting. Oh, it's very dense. See the apple pieces? I probably could have put more apples in it, to be honest. Now to try it. Oh, it looks so good. Little pieces are falling off. Chewy. Really good. I definitely love this topping that I added to it. I could probably put more apples in this, as well as more cinnamon. It's really good. It's not sweet at all. The only bit of sweetness was from the brown sugar and the applesauce. This is a perfect little muffin to have with a cup of tea. And I wish you guys were here and I could share it with you. It's really good. I'm definitely going to make this again. Thank you so much for being with me here today as we bake together a new recipe I've not made before, and I was really happy to be able to share it with you today. Until next time, friends, please remember, be kind to you, take care of you, and fly. First, love yourself. Bye for now.